3, 2, 1. All right, clap sync done. All right.
All right. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to Therapy Circle. Music. No, don't actually. No, don't.
Buddy.
Don't.
But I could click it.
Don't.
But
do
I
it.
could.
Don't do it, please.
But I can't.
Who let
We
you
did it
on
last
the
time.
soundboard?
Have the so.
It's so bad. He's gone. All right. You don't know this, but he's
I'm leaving.
he's directly behind the camera. All right.
We're back.
We're back. Hello.
We're back for real this time. So, this is Therapy Circle. Hey, you.
You gotta start with the guest first.
Do I? Is that our rule? We always start with the guest.
We did one the last 2 times he was here.
Did we?
Yeah. We said
yeah.
we said it the first time, and then we were like, that's a good rule. And then we did the last one that you're still editing, and then we were like, we gotta start with the guest first.
Okay.
And he's the furthest from camera, so we have to do him first.
Hey, you.
You.
It's me.
What's your name?
I'm GageGaming360.
Hi, GageGaming360. And what's your problem?
I got a stain on my pants.
Good. Wait, which one? Good answer.
Oh,
Good
I was
answer.
gonna do the sad one.
Oh,
You gotta stop. Shut up. You gotta stand on his pants. This is really sad.
yeah.
Yep.
All right, you.
Hi, my name is Aiden.
Hi, Aiden. And what's your problem?
My problem is that I accidentally left my friend out in the cold because we did not realize he was calling and was here, so we weren't ready for him to come in yet.
How long were you out there?
How long were you out there for?
Like 4 minutes
Oh, okay.
only.
That's
Okay.
not too
How long did you wait in your car before you got out?
Not very long, like a minute.
Okay.
bad. Okay.
Yeah.
So I saw you had you had called like 8 minutes ago, and I was like, oh god, don't tell me he's been outside for 10 minutes. And then okay, perfect. You, hey you, what's your name?
My name's Isaac.
Hi, Isaac.
What's your problem?
My problem is we need this podcast needs to be focused.
We
need to
locked
not
in.
yap.
We need to
That's
lock in.
not gonna happen.
We're
He's a
not.
lock- shut
that's
up.
No more yapping.
Shut
We
up.
got our yapping
Locked
session
locked
done.
In. We yapped. We
Last episode.
pre-yapped. We post-yapped, and now we're locked in. Okay.
And we gotta lock in.
Right.
Are you
okay.
locked in?
I'm locked in.
You clocked in?
I clocked in at the
about
locked in factory.
Okay.
We talked about my drunk dad on the way here, and then we got here and we talked about drums.
Yep.
Now we're ready.
Nice.
Yep.
We covered it all.
Yes.
We're good.
Awesome.
So, from here, so the reason I say we need to focus is I'm in
What's
a
that?
Discord. What?
Nothing. Keep talking.
I'm in a Discord server, with a YouTuber, not like with a YouTuber, but in a YouTuber's Discord server.
Okay.
And so he has this thing where he was like, "Oh, I sent him my this podcast, and he gave us some advice on what we should change."
Oh.
Yes.
And so I kind of took that and put some notes in. So
Okay.
we're gonna be locked in. This is the locked in
This
factory,
is the locked in factory.
and you're working a 10-hour shift.
Shitballs. I mean,
You can curse. It's okay.
no, I'm on a cursing celibacy.
Oh yeah,
we're celibacy.
Gage
we're
Gaming 360 is on cursing celibacy.
Yeah.
So
Try not
Yeah.
to curse as much.
Can't say any bad words.
yeah. So we're trying to make this more of a. We're thinking about this, and we're trying to make this more focused. So from here on out, the rest of the topics will be problems in some way or another.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Problems?
you just
Well,
have to
so-
phrase them as problems.
Okay.
You don't have
so-
to actually.
So
be
what about the
problems.
friendship episode? Was that one the problem? Is our friendship was in limbo?
My
because
problem
you were
is
gonna
I
leave?
need to know more about how you're a friend.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I understand.
So that's basically my game plan here. Tell me in the comments if you like that. Even though we don't have an audience,
We have one.
we have one. You know who you
You
are.
know who you are.
That sounds weird. I
That
don't,
sounded really.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
No,
we said that.
there was one person who I know watches this podcast every single time, and
Yep.
I know that there's a certain person who won't be on this podcast
Because of that.
because they are the one who
Yeah.
watches every time.
Yes.
And he refuses to be on it, and every time I bring it up, he's like, I'm good. And it sucks because it'd be awesome to have him on here.
Yes, it would be great, but
But shout out to our one viewer.
Shout out.
We know.
Shout out
who
to
are.
you.
We know who you are.
We know that sounds.
We know who you are.
Ooh.
We know what you've done.
Do you want to play a game?
Do you want to play a game?
All right. Oh.
It's great being in the podcast until we just get really close to the microphone and just start whispering.
I'm gonna skip this guy now. Okay. It's clap sync. That's our safe. That's the safe word now. It's just
Clap sync.
Perfect.
Anyways, thinking about getting focused. Last time I uploaded a video, or we uploaded a video, I realized that we had a rival channel. That's our new problem.
Okay,
we need to beat this rival channel.
Who's the rival channel?
They also do therapy,
Oh.
but like actual therapy.
Oh.
Like, look up
I heard about that.
therapy circle.
Paul-
It was this,
Therapy circle.
the therapy circle.
The therapy
We
circle.
have rivals.
We have rivals.
Damn.
But I
They're
would
talking
like to
about
say,
actual therapy.
I would like to say, we are winning.
We are.
Episode 3 has 33 views,
How much-
and their episode 3 has 15 views.
Which is
Let's
funny.
go.
So
Oh.
currently, we are on top.
Which is so amazing because we are nobodies who know nothing about therapy and started a podcast called Therapy.
Yes,
And they're actual
they're actual licensed
licensed
therapists.
therapists, and we're winning.
Yeah. So, but we have to keep the streak alive. So,
Yeah.
although we have not uploaded since
have not uploaded.
when?
Last one
2
was
months ago.
2 months ago. And then 9 months before that. And then
Man.
one a week before that, and then one a month before that.
Remember
So-
how I said I was going to keep this consistent?
Yeah. Remember how we said we'd do this and clips, and we haven't done
And
anything?
we haven't done that at all.
Do you want to talk about that? Or our plan to?
Yeah. So another part of the plan is we want to do less podcast stuff and do more like general video type stuff. So like all of us play games, and so we might do like
Would you
gaming
rather
content.
have bacon, unlimited bacon, but no more video?
I think this is a better question for our
Or-
guest, GageGaming360.
All right.
So what's your question?
So would you rather have bacon,
I love bacon.
unlimited bacon,
That's great.
but no more games?
Ooh.
It's a hard choice.
It's a
or
very hard choice.
Or the other choice
The other
is games,
I love
unlimited games.
I do love both.
but no more games.
Oh. That's a
I
tough
don't know.
decision.
I don't think. Can you restate it, please? I
So-
don't think he's
Oh,
getting it.
yeah, I'm
Can
not
you-
So I
can
think-
you-
Shit.
So here, think about it like this. Would you rather have games,
Games.
unlimited games?
Unlimited
Wait,
games.
did I forget how it
you
goes?
did just say it in the wrong order. Yes.
Wow.
Would you?
Jesus Christ.
Clap sync.
All right. And we're back.
And we're back.
and we're back.
Awesome.
So would you rather have unlimited bacon,
Bacon? Said it wrong.
but no more video games?
Fucking love
And that's the
video
first option.
Yeah, that's-
that's one.
Yes.
option.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
you got
Okay,
that.
Okay.
games. Bacon and video. Or no video games. But
Yes.
bacon.
Yes.
Yes.
And then the other option.
Or
Yes.
would you rather have games?
And this is different.
Games. Yes.
Unlimited games,
Okay.
but no more games.
See, I still don't get the second option. It's confusing.
I think
Fuck this guy. Clap sync.
clap sync.
All right. What's their topic today?
Well, that is the
Noise.
That's staying in. That's staying in. Move your god dang out the way.
This is
We
not-
got advertisement to
no,
do.
it's not a brand deal.
It's not.
Well, no, the advertisement is
Oh,
our
yes,
channel.
Therapy circle.
This is us.
That definitely is.
You can
A
definitely
brand
tell that
Brand
it's on the
deal.
camera.
I gave myself money to put my own therapy circle.
This video is sponsored by Therapy Circle.
Hell yeah.
Woo! Okay, that was a little too long.
Wow.
Well, okay, we kind of need. Okay, I think. I'm leaving.
Woo! Anyway, our topic today.
So recently, all of us have gone to college,
Yes.
Unfortunately.
and you
From-
guys.
from Greece and Belgium.
Yeah.
And
So-
Lithuania? No, you
No,
were from
You're
Lithuania.
I'm from
Lithuania.
Lithuania. I moved
I'm
to
from
Greece.
Belgium.
For Hyrule represent.
Shut
Hyrule
up.
represent.
Shut up.
Then you went from. You just stay in Belgium.
I stayed in Belgium.
Yeah.
And then
I'm Switzerland,
You're
right?
from. No, you're from
that-
Sweden.
Sweden.
Okay, so
Whatever.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to.
These
Like,
places we're definitely from.
you go to-
We know
you
go
a
to-
lot about, and we're not doing cultural appropriation.
you go to PewDiePie University.
Exactly.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
so, but recently, how has that been for you guys?
Great.
Any problems there?
I learned that the shortened version of PewDiePie University is PU.
Yeah,
and that
you need a
and
soundbite for that.
Exactly. It's
We
great.
can do that.
No, it's too much work.
No, I mean, but like if we download it on here, and then we just have to put the SD in there, and then put it in here, and then upload it, and then we can do it.
Sure.
But that is a lot of work.
Next
Fuck that.
next
Maybe
episode,
if we're here again,
maybe. Anyways,
PU.
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 I love PU.
Right.
That's
Right,
really
right.
slow.
It is.
Okay. Well, so my college that we're definitely not at right now.
Yeah.
Is okay.
Mhm.
Every time I look at its name or like the abbreviation of it, I think it's BBC, which is really funny. So then I see
bad.
it and I'm like, big black college.
That's British Broadcasting Commission.
Yeah. The British Corporation Commission.
Yes. Yes.
Butthole Corporation. I swear to God, if you play an audio up to the microphone, I'm
No,
gonna
I'm
leave.
not. I'm looking at my notes.
Okay.
And I'm realizing that these notes are ass. Like all of the topics that I came up with,
What are the topics?
bad.
Start with the first one.
So
Let me judge you.
I beat the first three Metal Gear Solid games
Nice.
since our last recording.
Damn.
That's how long it's been.
It's
That's
crazy.
a good. Actually, that's a good thing because the last time we recorded was us three together.
Yes.
Jesus.
In Lithuania.
In Lithuania.
right.
Yeah.
And I had not played Metal Gear Solid before that.
That's crazy.
And so I've beaten Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3. And I've played
Damn.
most of the way through Metal Gear Solid 5. Well, I say most of the way.
Which is the good one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like open world?
Open world.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's open, but it's not like Fallout. Like
Yeah.
Fallout has places to go. Metal Gear Solid is just open, and you can kind of just go everywhere. But there's not really there's side quests to do, but it's like it's I don't know. I don't know how to
Yeah.
describe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's interesting, but it's fun.
Yep.
I highly suggest it, especially to you out there. Play Metal Gear Solid, or at least listen to the lore.
Our one viewer
Our one viewer.
who definitely plays video games. And
Yes.
is definitely really nerdy.
I actually made from my music seminar at Hyrule University. Represent.
Shut up.
I made. We had a whole thing like our capstone project was to come up with proposals for like the venue, like the big venue that's there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I came
Metal
up
Gear Solid 6.
close. It does have to do with Metal Gear Solid.
Oh.
So there's this
Metal
lady.
Gear Solid 2.5.
Yes, that's like
I'm a
Lion King.
I'm a genius.
But there's this lady that does Metal Gear Solid in concert, so she like sings songs from the series along with like an orchestra.
Wow.
Which is really cool. And so I was
That's
like,
cool.
It's like
that'd
John
be cool.
Helldiver.
Yes,
Like John Helldive, yes.
Democracy. So that was my proposal.
Don't
and
react
I made
like that like you don't have almost as many hours in the game as both of us do.
Well, I do.
Except this fool doesn't like it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up. I'm
Loser.
It's burnout.
Oh,
Power Wash
boo.
Simulator and League of Legends. That's all he
Yes.
does.
Right. Right.
Yeah, this guy plays.
Am I
League.
wrong? Am I wrong?
Boo this man!
Boo.
Boo!
Oh, that's not the right game show. Okay.
What?
Okay.
But there's this lady that does Metal Gear Solid in concert. So that was my proposal, and I made a whole commercial for it. And I have Metal Gear Solid shirts now. And so I was like, in the thing, I was like, and as for the demographic, it's me. I'm the demographic. Can you see my shirt? It's Metal Gear Solid. And so I was just
That's
ranting.
Hyrule, that's
I was
Hyrule
rant.
University represent.
Well, thank you everybody for this episode of
Fucking
Therapy
hate you.
Circle.
I fucking hate you.
Oh. Anyways, speaking of Helldivers, what of the new games we've been playing?
Helldivers is definitely the big one.
Yeah.
Since the last time, Helldivers is
good.
Mhm.
Well, it wasn't
I
even.
think-
We didn't even start playing it since our last episode, had we?
No,
No.
we hadn't.
Because it was out in
had come out.
February, but
It,
we
it,
didn't.
had,
February.
it had
know
came out,
about
but
it.
we had. Nobody knew about it until it blew up on TikTok, and then
Mhm.
it was. The servers didn't work for like a month, and
Mhm.
then like a month later, it died because of the whole PSN thing.
Mhm.
And then I think a month after that, when they, because they had canceled the PSN thing, but it died for a while, and then we got it like a month later,
Mhm.
just because I would still the entire time and like I still want to get this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've played Helldivers a shit ton since
Yes.
then. I think.
Well, we have like 100 hours
I
in
think
it.
I think I just hit 100 hours the other day.
I'm like just under.
Yeah. And actually, as of recording this was been, I think it's like a week since the Illuminator back.
Yeah, the
The
Illuminate.
Illuminate
Yes.
came back. Have you seen all the stuff with the Meridia black hole theory?
Yes, I
Did you
saw
guys see
that.
those?
That
I don't know what
It's
the
real
theory
good.
is, but
Well, so the theory.
I mean, I've seen it.
So the black hole in Meridia, you know, how it's like the big, it's a black
Yes,
hole, but
yes.
it's got all like the purple around it.
yeah.
So the theory
I just
is
put it on
as
screen.
they, yeah, right there. As this, so this is the before picture, and it's like darker around the edges, and then after the update where the Illuminate came back, there's way more purple surrounding it.
Okay.
And the way the Illuminate have been moving is they started at the bottom, and then they're slowly moving towards Meridia. And the theory is like the
Oh.
black hole is like a portal where they're coming out of it, and that's why
Mhm.
there's more purple, is because it's the ship like disguising themselves around the
Yeah.
black hole.
That's an interesting thing.
And it's a really cool theory.
Yeah,
and
I
it
like
looks,
that.
It looks really
It's
cool.
Highly suggest.
No, but it's like the
Helldivers.
bloom around the black hole is like crazy. Cause
Oh,
remember,
is
like it was
it?
literally
Yeah.
just like a black circle with like
Yeah.
a line of purple around it. Now it's like a black circle with like a solid like
Oh, damn.
huge.
Almost
band
looks like
of
a
purple
solar
wrapping around
eclipse.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like after.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a shit ton of stuff.
I guess I haven't seen it
Yeah.
as of right now.
Yeah. No, but it looks really
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
there's
that's
no
cool.
reason to go there because there's no
'Cause there's-
missions.
Yeah,
to
there's no
do.
missions there. But
But-
I'm honestly, I think I brought this up to you guys the first time the Terminates had gotten to Meridia and
Yeah.
we were there.
Mhm.
Was I had saw it and it was like it's not a planet, like it's a black hole.
Yeah.
And it's like my big thing is like what's gonna happen here when it's taken over?
Yeah.
Whether that's by the Terminates or that's by something else.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
because it's like is there gonna be like space battles where we can control the ship more? Like
Yeah.
what are the developers gonna do when we get
Yeah.
to this thing that's not a planet but we still need to win it?
Yeah.
So I think this is answering that question. If it's like hella cool,
Yeah.
hella awesome.
I'm hoping because of like the success of Helldivers that they build more on the like the lore. And
Yeah,
stuff.
because what's the long term
There's
like
yeah,
of
story.
the game, like what it's gonna be like in 1 to 2 years? Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
What-
very exciting.
Is it just gonna be back
What's
and
the
forth
roadmap?
battling
What's
the
the
same
roadmap?
thing?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I think if it's just like a live service where they just like put out like just like a normal multiplayer game,
Mhm.
like COD, like say Call of Duty,
Yeah.
like add a new map or add a new gun or whatever.
Well, that's the thing.
I feel
is
like
the way-
Helldivers has
but the way it
potential to
progresses
do
is
more.
so much more different than those games.
Yeah.
Because it's like with Call of Duty, it's like it's the same maps unless they were like, hey, there's this new map, like,
Mhm.
and it's like. It's a step back from what Helldivers is because Helldivers is more similar to probably like Battlefront is. Or no, COD is more similar to how Battlefront is. If it's like there's preset maps and fights and whatever,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it's only here. But the way it's Helldivers is as you play it, you're developing the lore of like where they go, like
Yeah.
where the maps bring you and how the different like places react to it. Of like,
yeah.
especially with the cities with the Illuminate, like nobody thought those were gonna be maps because we weren't fighting on the home planets. We were fighting on the planets that were our research stations.
Yeah.
And then with the Illuminate bringing there, like, there's all these new maps because it's like these are our homes, like these are the cities that we live on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's really fucking cool with
Yeah.
how they worked it out. And it was because I saw it and I was like, oh, like I really hope they do something cool with the map because
Mhm.
it'd be really awful if it was just
Just more of the same, yeah.
planets that are super barren and there's like a couple
Couple things here
spots.
and there, but yeah.
But then it was like whole cities and like this really cool thing, and I was like, "This is
Yeah.
fucking awesome. I like this. This is
Mhm.
really cool."
Yeah, the urban and I feel like even though it's like it's kind of the same, it's just an urban environment, so it's more tightly packed, and
Yeah.
so you come into more encounters and more.
And it also brings out
Stuff like that.
it also brings out the horde effect that the Illuminate
Yeah.
have with the vote list or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of like, I know, especially with
Like
the
basically zombies.
Yeah, especially with the trailer they released, like it was a shit ton of fog, super hard, and like,
Yeah.
and all the
Yeah.
animations they do is very like zombie, like twitchy. And it's really
Mhm.
cool, and I really like what they've done with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move over here so I can look at you more because I'm looking at him a lot, and I want to look at you. You're cute. You're cute. I want to look at you.
Oh,
too.
interesting.
The fuck? I mean, fudge.
The heck?
Fudge.
No, you know what my problem is?
Rap dickhead. Oh, sorry, can't say that.
Get this guy out of here.
Dickhead.
My problem is people hate on the Game Awards too much.
Oh
I
my
feel
God.
like.
I could tell my work story about how my manager reacted when I asked.
Oh yeah, you should
So I
tell
work-
that real quick.
I work at a gas station. Did I tell you this one?
Can we
Yeah,
say
yeah,
which
you told
gas
me.
station?
So yeah, it's a big enough one.
Okay.
And it's definitely in Lithuania, no, Belgium. Sorry, it's definitely in Belgium. It's Quick Trip. So I work there, and we're not allowed to watch like TV, obviously. But a big
Not
thing,
sponsored.
But a big thing is when there's like a football game, and this might give me fire. That's why you don't know my name. I definitely didn't say it at the beginning. A big like when football games are happening, it's very common for people to put it on their phone and then stick it in like not at like the register, but like in the check stand,
Yeah.
like where the computers are,
Mhm.
so that if they want to, they can just pass by and be like, okay, there's the score, great, go work, and they
Mhm.
can just check up on it.
Yeah.
Well, so I asked to do that with the Game Awards because it's
Mhm.
something that I care about because I'm not a sports fan. But
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I want to know what the Game Awards are.
Mhm.
So I started it and I set my phone on the check stand, and then like 2 minutes later, the manager was walking up to me with my phone off in his hand, and he was like, "Is this your phone?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "You can't do that." And I'm like, "Why?"
Yeah.
Like, and he was like, "You just can't do it." And I'm like, "Okay." For all the customers that are walking to our check stand and looking underneath the monitor for
Yeah.
where my phone is,
Yeah.
like, it's like imagine this is the check stand. My phone was like here, like it was
Yeah.
out of the way, and it was like literally enough that I could walk up, slide it down, look at it, and be like, "Okay, cool.
Yeah.
This game won this," and
Yeah.
then slide it back, and then go work.
Yeah, and it's muted.
And, like,
and
and I
stuff.
it wasn't like me standing there in the check stand just watching my phone. Like,
Yeah.
I was working, and
Mhm.
I was doing my job.
Mhm.
And it was me going up every, I think, like half hour or so, and being like, "Oh, like what's the update? What's happening?"
Mhm.
Yeah, and he got so pissed, and then he like made fun of me for it. And he was like, "Aren't you watching the Game Awards?" I'm like, "Yes, because I fucking care about it.
Yeah.
Like, you're enjoying your because I've worked with that manager, and he's done the sports game thing, and he's put a fucking
Yeah,
like
that's so
football
dumb.
game on his phone,
Yeah.
and then he got mad at and like literally when he put me on register when I got there was when they started.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I like," and I told him I was like, "Hey, I really want to watch the Game Awards," and he's like, "What?" I was like, "The video game awards, like
Yeah.
the yearly
It's like
game
it's like the
awards?"
Grammys.
It's the
Yeah.
Grammys, but for video games.
Yeah.
It's a very me-centered thing. Like, it's what I
Exactly.
do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he was like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
And then he was like, "I didn't make fun of you." I'm like, "No, but you didn't have to. Like, you were
Yeah.
rude. Like, come on."
Yeah.
So, yeah, but, like, the Game Awards. And there's so many people who are like, "Oh, it's the Game Awards every year."
Yeah. Well, even like my
It's the
problem
same-
is like
It's the same energy as the nerds, and I hate the people who do it, who hear about the Super Bowl and they're like, "Oh, there's this big bowl happening with football players."
yeah.
And they make the same joke. It's like, no, don't shit on it because it's their thing. They're enjoying
Yeah,
it.
they
but it's
enjoy
like,
it.
just don't do it to me too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Whatever.
But my problem is like even in
Ah.
the game community, people don't like the Game Awards, which I somewhat get, but also I think it's good to have a thing that celebrates games.
Mhm.
Because like if you like having something like the Grammys is like
Yeah.
you're celebrating music
Uh-huh.
and that's obviously good. Even like if it's just like all the popular artists, like sure underground things won't be seen as much,
Yeah.
but it's like you're still celebrating it.
Yeah.
But it's like the Game Awards, I can understand it from the point of view is like it's basically a bunch of ads, but also it's like ads for games that are coming out and like
yeah.
yeah.
and like new stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
trailers and like stuff that people have put a lot of work into.
Yeah. But it's like with movie and or like film awards and like movie film awards and like
Mhm.
music awards, it's like it's a big thing because it's like there's people who listen to metal music and don't listen to like Taylor Swift or like pop music, and because it's different,
That's
it's
me.
completely different sides
That's
of
me.
things.
I'm
But
sorry.
But they can come together and look at this thing and be like, "Oh, this is our awards.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
our music awards
Yeah.
because we are the music people."
Yeah.
And like with football or like with the Olympics, it's the same thing. If it's like none of them play the same sport, but they still won. Like
Yeah.
they're still competing in their own thing.
Mhm.
And then it's the Game Awards. People are like, "Oh, it's just a ton of ads." I'm like, "Okay, you're
Yeah.
like, what do you mean? Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is, and it's what we want to see. Like,
Yeah.
don't shit on it. Come on."
Yeah, because it's like I like being able to see the new games that are coming out, like hearing about like The Witcher 4 and like the new Elden Ring. I'm like, that stuff is cool.
Outer Wilds 2. Shrog's
Oh,
gonna
is
be
there
No,
really?
it's Outer Worlds too.
Is it Outer Wilds? I thought it was
Yeah.
Outer Wilds. Okay.
No, unfortunately.
Shrog's gonna be so sad.
You told him that it was Outer Wilds?
No, I
Oh
told him
my
I thought
God.
it was.
Oh, okay.
I actually never mentioned it to him, but I saw it and I was like, is that Outer Wilds, really?
No, it's
Are
Outer
you sure
Worlds.
it's Outer Worlds?
It's Outer
Yeah.
Worlds.
Will it-
Because it's made by Obsidian.
Oh, okay. If it's Obsidian, then yeah. Okay.
So, unfortunately, no Outer Wilds 2. There is Okami 2, which
Yeah.
is...
I don't know what that is.
It's
I
like
don't know what it is
the...
either.
It's like the wolf, like the orange and white wolf.
Oh, I think I know what you're
It's
talking
like
I think that's a fox.
Japanese. Is it? Oh, yeah, no, it is a
Shut up,
fox.
Shut up, shut up. What's the orange and white wolf?
I do think
Wolf.
I know what you're talking about that
Wolf.
now.
It's a
Yeah.
it's a wolf. It's a wolf.
Wolf. But there's a sequel of that. But also, it's like... It's
a
good to
roof
s-
if you're gauge.
good to
No, sorry, a
celebrate.
rough if you're
It's
gauge.
yeah.
You're one of them fuzzies.
It's a
You're,
roof.
you're one of them.
A roof.
A roof.
Milk.
Roof.
Roof.
Milk.
You're not a bar. Park? What?
What?
He's been struggling.
I didn't know.
Give him a break.
Fuck. Sorry. Darn. I didn't know. I was gonna say you're not barking, but then I was gonna say you're not a dog, and it's like you're not a barg. What? You're not a dog.
He's my dog.
Roof. It's a roof.
What's up, dog?
That was bad. That was so bad.
Ah,
That was pretty bad too.
we're gonna unplug your microphone. Hello? What is happening?
We're gonna no pull your sleeve up, or else it's gonna hit your sleeve again.
That was
Good answer. Good answer.
Something wrong with us.
awesome.
Turn that shit
Get that
off.
shit off. All right, topics. That's what we've done recently for gaming. Helldivers.
We just talked about Helldivers and the Game
and
Awards.
Helldivers in the Game Awards. That's gaming recently.
Well, I guess we could talk about Power Wash Simulator
Ooh.
because that's a
Ooh.
plan for our big
Our,
plan.
our podcast.
Yes.
So I got
Oh my gosh.
Power Wash Simulator, and I tried to convince these guys to get it for a
I
while.
actually had it before you.
You had it on the Switch.
I had it.
You
before
played
you.
it twice.
I'm the OG here.
Okay. You got as far as the third map.
I still had it before.
Okay.
It's
So
the
I got
principle.
it, and
It's the principle.
I have, I think I have like 70 hours in it now.
Jesus Christ.
It's ridiculous. But I beat the game. I beat
Yep.
like the career mode,
crazy.
whatever. And then, actually, it was when I was at the second to last one when I convinced Gage to get it. No, I was at the last one when I convinced Gage to get it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you finally got it, and then I started playing it with you. And then I kept trying to get you to get it, and you were like,
Yeah.
"I don't have money, I'm poor," even though you're rich as fuck. and then finally, was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday,
Yes.
counting as 3
The
a.m.
day before.
yesterday. So
Yeah.
so Wednesday
Yeah.
at 3 a.m. Thursday, I got you the game.
No,
Roll
you
with
got
it.
it to me yesterday.
Just
Was it
roll with it.
Yeah.
Whatever. I bought you the
It was
game.
last night.
And now we played it for the first time together last night.
Yes.
And it was great. It was a lot of fun. Great game.
Clap sync.
Oh,
Ooh,
that
was the
pretty
best one.
good.
That was
The best one yet.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Okay.
Okay. You know what my problem is?
What's your problem?
What's your problem?
I hate AI.
Oh. That's
And that's coming from a computer
Okay.
science
Coming from a
student.
computer science student.
interesting.
That's wild.
I strongly dislike AI.
So in what way?
So, especially regarding like creative things, like especially art.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing to me.
Okay.
So like because like it's essentially taking up jobs in a market that it should not be taking up jobs in. If that makes sense. Like engineers are using AI to do this thing when it could be used to you as something else. Like for say like dangerous jobs. Like you could use AI for like even like think about it like Chernobyl, like they sent in robots to like clean off debris off of the roof and stuff like that. I feel like you could use AI for similar stuff instead of deciding to take jobs from artists that already have a tough time in their own business. If that makes sense.
I agree. I will say I agree with the dislike of the creative side.
Yeah.
Because it is a zone that should not be taken by
Because
AI.
creativity is like a
It's a naturally human thing.
It's
Yeah.
the human thing, which is it's unfair, especially to artists, because I know it's starting to establish in like music creating of like AI and how that works there. Granted, that one's way more difficult to build than a lot of the other ones. But like video creation is at a pretty solid point. It's just like continuity and stuff, and then like photos is the same thing of like certain designs and references that I can't take into, like fingers is the big one.
Yeah.
With pictures, but with music, I know they're trying to start building it, and it can build like really basic, very basic bare bone rhythms.
Yeah.
But there's so much back and forth with like copyrights, and it's like, are you using your like are you creating something, or are you stealing it because you're using references?
Yeah. That's the one good thing about copyright laws is it interferes with AI.
It interferes so much with AI. But there's also, I actually, on a podcast I've listened to, good reference, they talked about this, and they were talking about like it would be cool if, and like it's probably going to be a thing in the future of, instead of allowing AI to have access to like infinite amounts of things online through the internet, because there's been a lot of stories of people like very mad that AI is stealing stuff, and it's like, oh, you stole this, and like AI will generate an image, and then they'll try to sell the image to a company, and then an artist will be like, you cannot buy this art, it's mine. And then they'll be like, no, but the AI generated it. And like, yes, but like it stole my stuff. And the reason they can tell is because they'll have like the artist's signature in the bottom right, because they were using their art as reference. Yeah. And it's like, it's close enough that it used its own, the artist's own signature to make the art and left it there. Then like it's too similar to theirs. So there was the idea, and I think it's a really good idea, of artists being able to create portfolios that they can sell as AI prompts. Yeah. And like whole folders of like, this is an art, like this is a folder of art, and like if you're wanting this certain style, you can buy this certain folder, and it has some like 100 or so photos, and then that can be fed to the AI as references, so it can be built on not everything everywhere all at once, just certain. Good movie. Good movie.
Never watched it.
I haven't actually. I haven't either.
I watched like half of it.
Take the reference from the folder and sell that as like, this is the parameters for you to build stuff with, and then it is also paying the artist for their work because they're paying for the portfolio, but also making sure the AI is not stealing things that's not legally being allowed to steal.
Yeah. I would say that's definitely more fair than what AI is now, for sure.
I agree. Is it even like creative? Is it even art if it's generated?
If it's AI? Just numbers and stuff, because
that doesn't. There's no characteristic. There's no personality. There's no nothing in it.
Yeah. Well, but that's the thing is, it's like the biggest reason why artists are pushing back isn't because their work's getting stolen, it's because their money is getting stolen.
Yeah. But it's also, I feel like that's fair because you're getting these people who aren't willing to put in time to practice art, but they still want to reap the benefits of creating art and making money off of it. Yeah. So these artists that have put in the time, have put in the effort to get better at it, are losing out on stuff that they deserve.
Yeah. But there's also a fair point of people trying to, how do I fucking word this? How do I heckin' word this? Sorry, Gage. Didn't want to offend you.
Good.
Of people wanting to like find ways to get money from it without having to pay for it, which is also the reason, like why I said like the whole portfolio thing is it's they want to be able to use generative AI to be like, oh, make me like this photo for my company banner. Yeah. And the reason why big companies are okay with that is because they don't care for like they don't care about the human touch aspect. Yeah. And it's like this is we've seen this in like clothing being made of like people will sell handmade blankets for hundreds of dollars despite it being like the same size and material as like a $20 one from the store, but it's handmade, and that's the point. Yes, you're not paying for the blanket; you're paying for the amount of work someone put into it, which is why the $20 blanket is $20 and the handmade one is hundreds of dollars. Yeah, and that's the thing with companies is they don't need that warm personal touch of like being like, oh, this is an artist that we paid and they made this thing for us for our specific thing. It's we just needed a banner and we just asked the AI.
Well, did you see about Black Ops 6 and it? Like using AI in some of its loading screens.
I did not know.
Really?
There's a picture of like a recent zombies like loading screen, and it's like a zombie like wearing a Santa outfit and stuff.
Is that why it's like 200 gigabytes?
But it has
it's got to download the.
It's got all the AI loading screens. Yes. But it's the zombie, but it has 6 fingers. So people were like, "Oh, they're using AI."
Huh? Is that like a fan theory or
no? Well, I mean, like. If you had an artist wouldn't draw a zombie with 6 fingers. Like it would
they
just have.
probably would, but
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
they're humans, so it's like
yeah,
as well as like even just the style, you can tell like it doesn't
Yeah.
look like
it doesn't
any-
look like a human or like an artist.
yeah, like somebody would make this. It looks like
Yeah.
it wouldn't be AI generated just
Interesting.
by that stuff. So it's like yeah, companies are using it because they can pay less for it, and it's like I'm celibate.
You're celibate.
Celibate. Didn't even finish this.
Frickin' hate
I'm
Companies.
celibate. I'm celibate.
They're just so cheap.
I think you mean dislike. Hate is almost.
Oh yeah, sorry. I don't
Okay.
use hate a lot.
Okay.
I strongly dislike.
I despise this company.
Yes. They're so bad. Anyways, that's AI in
Yep.
a nutshell.
Yep.
Awesome.
GageGaming360. Do you have any problems currently?
Is this not related to AI?
Well, no, just in general, because I feel like we haven't given you a
We've
good
talked
spotlight.
a lot, and you haven't.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah, I
I'm
haven't
trying to
talked
give
a
you
lot,
the
but, like,
spotlight.
You have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Shit.
Go.
I mean,
We're not gonna
This
talk.
camera, this camera, this camera. It's like hot ones.
Yeah. We're not gonna talk for 5 minutes.
oh, I don't like this. I was driving a lot today before I came on the podcast, and it was a 1 lane either way, and it sucked because passing is dangerous. It's actually rated like the most dangerous highway within the place I live, and so Sweden. And it sucks driving. I was basically going about the speed limit or under the whole way because I was stuck behind semi trucks. And
That's the worst.
and passing is so dangerous since it's a one way and it's hard to see because it's up and down hills. So that's exactly how I felt. But it sucks. And I had to it was like
How's that
2
work?
hours either way. Don't drive on the road if you don't have to. They just need to make like a fucking sky highway, like
Yes.
through outer
Yes.
space.
We
or
need
some
flying
shit.
cars.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Helicopters.
The thing about flying cars is you would need as much like helicopters. They have to.
You don't want your omnidirectional turn signal? Down and that way.
You go.
Imagine your blinker runs out and then you have to like point. You're like down right.
Reaching out the helicopter window. Go, oh, over there.
Yeah.
You get pulled over midair and like, sir, your blinker is out. You're like, oh, sorry,
Which
officer.
one?
Which
Which
one?
one of my
Which one of my 8
my
directions?
15 different ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forward, backwards, left, right, forwards up, forwards left, forwards down, forwards up right, forwards up left,
Yep.
forwards down
Yep.
right, forwards down left.
Yes. I think
Left
that'd be great.
up, left down.
I can't wait for the Tesla helicopter to come out.
The Tesla.
Is that actually gonna be? a
No,
thing?
I don't.
Okay, awesome.
Well, it might be.
Better
But
not.
you know there is
If
there is
Elon
gonna be
Musk watches this podcast, he's gonna make it a thing.
yeah.
I don't want him
and
to
he's gonna
watch
be
the
like, it was
podcast.
my idea.
Don't watch this pod. If you're watching this, leave.
Elon, get outta here.
please.
Mr. Ellen, get out of here.
Ellen-
Can you
Elon Musk
make
Degenerous?
If you
Ellen-
make a helicopter, can you make it not as ugly as the Cybertruck, please?
Yeah, that shit looks like fucking PS1.
Make it actually. Did you know cars are more aerodynamic if there's grooves in it, like a golf ball?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why golf balls work.
Have you ever
'Cause
ridden?
that's why golf
in a
balls go
Jeep?
farther if
In
they
a
were
what?
smooth.
in a Jeep.
Yeah, and they're awful.
They're so bad.
It feels like the road is fighting you for going forward.
There was a meme
You
I
start
saw. It was
accelerating,
like-
and it's like, no, stop.
It was something like a squash was more aerodynamic than a Jeep or something.
I
like
saw
that.
one,
Like,
I saw one that a Bulbasaur is more.
yes, it was a
aerodynamic.
Bulbasaur.
A Bulbasaur
The
is more
Bulbasaur.
aerodynamic than a Jeep.
Yeah,
Just a Jeep Wrangler, just a normal.
they're so bad.
It's so
to ride in.
awful.
I couldn't imagine going on the highway with that.
Yeah, I got T-Bone on one of those.
Nice. It deserved it.
I thought you said Timu.
Timu.
I got a
That's why
Timu
I'm-
Jeep.
That's why I'm buying that pedal.
Yes, the Duelist.
Other episode reference.
Yes, you gotta watch that one to
You gotta
understand
watch
the
that
reference.
one. That one is probably coming out first.
I would hope so.
Probably, I'd hope so.
I mean, it's shorter, so it'd be easier to edit.
Yeah.
8 months from now.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll actually come out next year, same day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
12 months. We can only release one.
The most exclusive
year-
podcast ever.
Yeah.
One podcast
One
every
year,
year.
1 year from the episode recording date.
Dude, episode 50 is gonna go crazy.
It's gonna go crazy. And I remember I remember when I started this podcast and I was just out of high school from Belgium and it was great and I fucking hated everybody.
Can we agree? Sleep Deprived did this. They were like, can we agree if one of us dies, we're gonna keep making videos?
Oh yeah.
Can we also do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
If you die, I'm rebranding the podcast.
So what? What would you rebrand it
It's gonna
to?
be therapy Urkel. It's gonna remove the C because I'm gonna miss your.
What?
I don't know,
Huh?
dude. I don't know.
That's getting cut out. That's at least getting bleeped.
Yes.
it's because I miss. Because I really miss.
Wait,
Really
wait.
loud.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
I miss you so much. I miss you.
Because I love you.
And I miss you. Oh, this podcast went off the rails.
I do think we should end this pretty soon.
I think
'cause
I
need to
think this
go.
was pretty good.
This is going.
How do we
It says we're at 45 minutes. We're gonna have
Yeah.
to cut like 10 minutes this out from the amount of times I was like, hold on, let me talk real shit real quick.
That's fine. That's fine. All right.
We can officially announce.
Gage Gaming 360. Woo!
Yeah.
New official member.
Official member of the podcast.
You must now sign a blood oath.
Yeah. Oh, cut your balls off.
No.
And we're no. He cuts his testicles off, and we both eat one. And then you cut your testicles off, and we both eat one. And I'll cut my testicles off.
When did this happen?
Right now.
Oh.
No, thank you.
That's how big my testicles are. It's one. That's one, by the way.
Oh, interesting. That's why you should watch.
Wow.
That's why you should watch Dan to Dan, because of the dude
Oh
that
my-
loses
no.
his dick and balls. That's the whole premise. That's the whole premise.
He's like, you should watch this. This guy
Oh.
loses his dick and balls.
You can cut this out
And
the
that's
episode.
the entire series.
Anyways,
Thanks, clap
thank
sync.
you. Clap sync. Clap
That's
sync.
So bad.
And that's the end.
All right.
I want you-
Thank
I want you
thank
to-
you guys for
oh.
watching.
Oh, it's still going.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Podcast out.
Clap sync.